That's right. It's quite a major update coming in for the entire pharma pack when we've seen a major announcement from US President Donald Trump on tariffs on generic medicines. Trump has proposed zero tariffs on generics up until the year 2028. But after that, the tariffs jumped sharply up to 100% from 2028 onwards and 200% from 2029 onwards. Now, at a first glance, those numbers may look alarming, but it actually takes away the biggest overhang which has been hampering Indian pharma sector since last year, that's 2025. The uncertainty around US tariffs was keeping Indian pharma particularly volatile in the past year, where a review on generic tariffs was expected in this year, the calendar year 2026. And what this announcement does is that it effectively gives Indian pharma players a 2-year breather, meaning that exports and pricings largely remain unchanged and stable up until 2028. Now, the message from Washington is also clear. They've asked pharma players worldwide to use this window to manufacture in America. So this zero tariff period of 2 years is effectively a deadline for companies to strengthen or build their US facilities and strengthen their manufacturing footprint in the US before the higher tariffs start kicking in. So now we're going to be especially keeping an eye on companies with a high dependence on US, with a high contribution coming in from the US for the revenue. And these are the likes of Aurobindo, Dr. Reddy's, Lupin, Zydus, Cipla, and many of the major pharma names which are likely to be in focus in trade today as well. And we're going to be keeping a watch on even the smaller players' visibility to plan their future investments. So now the key focus remains on beyond 2028, where the economics for these Indian players to export to the US could actually shift a little bit. So remember that US is major market for India as a whole. India currently supplies roughly 40 to 50% of all the generics prescriptions in the US. So any change in the US trade policy is immediately going to have a major impact on Indian pharma. But for now, these are the names that we're going to be keeping a close look on. These are, again, as I reiterate, Aurobindo Pharma, Dr. Reddy's, Lupin, Zydus, Cipla, and the major major Indian pharma players with a major exposure to US in their business.